Do you see a little extra around your middle? Maybe more than you would like. Today, I want to talk to you about why that belly fat is more than just a cosmetic concern. It's often a critical warning sign your body is sending you about your underlying health. We live in a culture obsessed with weight loss, for appearance sake. But the truth is, where you carry your weight, especially around your abdomen, speaks volumes about your risk for serious diseases. If you are carrying extra belly fat, your body is trying to tell you something very important. Let's find out what that is. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Dr. Oteng. We often hear about the dangers of being overweight in general. But visceral fat, the deep fat stored around your abdominal organs, poses a particularly significant threat. It's not inert. It's not just staying there for staying sake. It's a metabolically active tissue that acts almost like an organ itself, releasing hormones and inflammatory substances that can negatively impact nearly every system in your body. Ignoring this warning sign could have serious consequences for the long-term health. So, let's break down why belly fat is such a red flag. Unlike subcutaneous fat, which is just a jiggly fat just under your skin, visceral fat is nestled deep within your abdomen, surrounding vital organs such as your liver, your intestines, and even the pancreas. This location makes it particularly dangerous because the substances it releases can directly enter your bloodstream and travel throughout your body. These substances, including inflammatory cytokines and fatty acids, can contribute to a cascade of negative health effects. Think of it like a factory in your abdomen, constantly producing harmful byproducts that are polluting your internal environment. What are the real reasons behind this excess visceral fat storage? It's often a combination of several metabolic imbalances. Insulin resistance is one. As we discussed in the previous video, when your cells become less responsive to insulin, your body tends to store more fat around the abdomen. Chronic inflammation. Visceral fat itself contributes to inflammation, and chronic low-grade inflammation promotes further fat storage. It's a vicious cycle. The other thing is hormonal imbalances. Hormones like cortisol, is the stress hormone, can promote the storage of belly fat. And even imbalances in sex organs can also play a role. Too much estrogen or whatever it is. Another thing is poor dietary choices. Diets high in processed foods, sugary drinks, and unhealthy fats are major contributors to visceral fat accumulation. The other thing is lack of physical activity. Exercise, especially activities that build muscle or muscle mass and improve cardiovascular health, prevents or combats visceral fat. So if you are not active, then you are building visceral fat. The other thing is genetics and age. While lifestyle plays a huge role, your genetic predisposition and natural changes with age can also influence where you store your fat. Now, the reason why belly fat is such a significant warning sign is its strong association with serious health conditions. Let's talk about some of them. The first one is heart diseases. The inflammatory substances from visceral fat can damage blood vessels and increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Just the fats. The other thing is diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Visceral fat contributes to insulin resistance, which is a primary driver of type 2 diabetes. It starts off as prediabetes, and if not stopped, it goes up to type 2. The other thing is high blood pressure or hypertension. The metabolic disturbances caused by belly fat can lead to elevated or high blood pressures. This is a part of the reasons why we have a condition called metabolic syndrome, which includes hypertension, high blood sugars, and other cholesterol numbers that are way off the charts, all coming as a result of a belly fat around the waist. And that's not the end. Even certain cancers too. Studies have linked high levels of visceral fat to increased risk of certain types of cancer. The other thing also that belly fat leads to is fatty liver disease, because excess fat in the abdomen can contribute to buildup of fat in the liver itself. I know other things like alcohol contributes to it, but if your midsection is bigger, you can independently of alcohol speed up the rate at which you get fatty liver disease. And that's not the end. Serious stuff. The other thing is sleep disturbances such as sleep apnea. Visceral fat can put pressure on the airways, increasing the risk of sleep apnea and other sleep disturbances. The good news is that you can take action to reduce your belly fat and heed this important warning sign. The strategies are similar to those for improving metabolic health. Very simple strategies. Focus on whole foods. Prioritize fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. And then limit your processed foods. If I were you, I would even completely abolish processed foods, especially if you have the risk for this or it's already begun. Not just limit, completely throw it out, or no processed foods. The other thing is unhealthy fats also lead to this. Now, the other way you can also help prevent it is to engage in regular exercise. Aim for a combination of cardio and strength training exercises, up to about 150 minutes per week. And then after that, the next thing you want to pay attention to is your stress levels. Manage your stress levels. I know life is stressful. Trust me, we all get stressed. But you can't make stress your life. Stress comes and you deal with it, let it go. Chronic stress can lead to serious consequences. As you remember, cortisol release, which then leads to belly fat, to be short. So deal with your stress. Practice relaxation techniques and ensure you are getting enough rest also. Prioritize sleep, because if you're not sleeping well, your hormones are going to be off the charts. Thrown off balance. And the off balance nature is what brings the belly fat also. Sleep for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. And then also, what you want to do is to be consistent. Small, sustainable changes over time is what we are talking about, because that is what will yield the best results. If you take an action which is way beyond your capacity to sustain, you may end up not doing anything. So however small it is, if you can repeat those changes over time, that's what we want. And talk to your doctor about concerns you may have and get personalized advice. For some people, your doctor may suggest intermittent fasting, which is very important and helpful for reducing that belly fat. The other thing that your doctor may do, you potentially can also do, is to measure your waist circumference every now and then. And a waist circumference in women of over 35 inches is a sign that something is not good. And for men, a waist circumference, if your waist is over 40 inches, you're also considered high risk. So get that tape measure and do it yourself and see. As a matter of fact, if you're watching it today, make sure that as soon as you finish, grab a tape measure. If you don't already know your waist, find out what is your waist circumference. If you're a woman and it is over 35, you know you have to do something about it. And if you're a man and it's over 40, you know you have to do something about it. Because those are what increases your risk for belly fat and, of course, the attendant or associating disease complications. Your belly fat is often your body's way of sounding the alarm about underlying metabolic issues. So don't ignore this crucial warning sign. But by understanding the real reasons behind it and taking proactive steps, through diet, exercise, and stress management, you can significantly reduce your risk of serious diseases. And of course, overall, you will improve your health and your quality of life. Thank you for tuning in today. If this video shed light on the importance of addressing belly fat, please like it, share it with those you care about, and subscribe to Dr. Oteng for more vital health information. What steps will you take this week? You are watching today. What steps will you take this week to address your belly fat? Share plans with me in the comments below. I know most people are at risk, and so we got to do something about it. Until our next heart-to-heart video, stay vigilant about your health, and let's continue to work on it. You may want to click on this other video right here in the corner. If you're watching on YouTube, watch another video that is going to help make you understand these issues even more. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to click on the image on that button corner there, also to subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching. God bless.